All right, in this video, we are going to solve equations using square roots and cube roots. So inverse operations are what we use to solve equations. They are operations that undo each other. So we have addition and subtraction, those undo each other. Division and multiplication undo each other. And now we're going to add two more. Square root and squaring are inverse operations. So for instance, 3 squared is 9. The opposite of that is the square root of 9 gives me 3. They undo each other. Same goes with cube root and cubing. So 2 cubed is 8. The opposite of that is the cube root of 8 is 2. So we're going to use cube roots to undo cubing something, and we're going to use square roots to undo squaring something. So when I have something like x squared, to get rid of this squared, the opposite of squaring is taking the square root. So the square root of x squared, those cancel out, leaving you with just x. And our answer is the square root of 16 is 4. But I technically have two answers. So because 4 squared, 4 times itself is 16. 4 times 4 is 16, but so is -4 times -4. So I really have two answers, and we use this symbol, plus or minus, to show that I have two answers, +4 and also -4. So two answers give me 16 for this equation. Here, when I cube root to undo the cubing of x, I have to take the cube root of both sides, which gives me x equals 7, because 7 cubed is 343. 7 cubed is 343, but not -7 cubed, because a negative times a negative times a negative, 3 negatives, make a negative answer. -7 cubed is -343. So unlike the squared, we don't have to do plus or minus. So you only get one answer when you take the cube root. So when we solve equations, we go in reverse order of operations. We get rid of any addition and subtraction in the equation first. Then we get rid of any multiplication or division second, and we're going to deal with the exponents last. None of our equations are going to have parentheses, but if we did, that would be the very last thing we would get rid of. So here, for this equation, we're going in reverse order of operation. We would do addition and subtraction first, but there is none. So now we have to get rid of the multiplication using division. So we divide both sides by 2 first. That gets rid of the 2, leaving me with x squared equals 128 divided by 2 is 64. So I took care of that. Now I have to get rid of the exponent of 2 by using a square root of both sides. So the square root of 64, remember, it's not just 8. It's +8, but it's also -8. So my two answers here are 8, but it's also -8 as well. We have two answers to this problem. All right, so we work in reverse order of operations. So we have to get rid of the subtraction first by doing the inverse, which is addition. So x cubed, that gets rid of that, equals 64. I don't have any multiplication or division, so I'm going to get rid of the exponent of 3 by taking the opposite, which is the cube root of both sides. So I'm asking myself, what cubed, what number times itself 3 times is 64? And that answer is 4. With cube root, I don't do plus or minus. So we're going to pause here